You're listening to Behind Enemy Lines, the podcast, bringing you wargaming news from around the world with your hosts Greg, Damian, and Dan.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 62 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast, here with your favourite hosts, me, Daniel, Gregory, and of course, Damian.
What's up?
That was a very good morning Vietnam intro. Well done. I like that.
It was mid-range energy because I've just realised that the intro that's before this is like super high energy and says the same thing, but we have to introduce in case, one of us wasn't here, which is
That's true.
Interesting.
And bring it back down to the level of the energy that they're going to get out of the show as well.
Yes, bring it back down. Medium to high,
Yeah.
but not too crazy because we're not shills yet.
Yeah,
But-
and I'm also still on my Adderall.
But before we go into the social media, I'd like to announce that this podcast today, the special one, is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
I'm sorry, what?
No, just kidding. It's brought to you by NordVPN.
Well, actually, bloody my raid game's not working at the moment. I'm spewing. It keeps saying that it can't load some of the crap, and I can't get on it. I'm pissed.
What
I felt like
what you
contact.
need to do is you need to contact them and say, hey, you guys need to sponsor our very mediocre podcast with a Raid Shadow Legends video and give us extra silver per day and access to a wide range of heroes to do battle in that game. Yes, or NordVPN to give us access. So you can access this podcast where it is banned in China. And maybe Russia.
That's not the reason. The reason that the game's not working is because he got his tablet at the same time Moses got his.
It's probably just a chisel
Hey.
in the old. It's like, here's my character. It's gonna do a D6 attack. Anyway, we're not sponsored by anyone except the people in the ads, but even then, that's debatable.
Debatable.
Greg, what do you know about social
Hello?
media?
I know everything about social media. Yeah. What did you just do?
So when you have a bottle top and you have a pin drill and you drill through the top and then you drill it into your hand?
No,
Why are you drilling through a bottle top?
because he's
I
bored.
was bored.
Yeah, I got clippers. You don't see me cut my fucking toenails.
Wanted to see what would happen. Now I know.
What's going to happen drilling
funny
through
story.
this into my head?
It's not
Funny
like-
story
it's not
of
bleeding.
a similar vein. I've got a mate who inherited his dad's petrol powered water blaster, so like one of the real heavy duty ones. And he was outside water blasting the driveway one day, and he looked down at his feet and went, I wonder, and turned it on his feet and put a fucking hole in the top of his foot.
What the fuck? That's so dumb.
This thing's like 5,000 PSI. It's just like, oh yeah, that's what it'll do. There you go. Funny story. Anyway, social media, Facebook, Instagram. Don't really use Twitter much because Twitter's meh. We are on Discord though. You can pop on over to the Discord channel and get that. We're on Twitch now as well. So once we figure out how Twitch actually works, we will get some videos up on Twitch and hopefully do some live hobby hangouts.
Yeah.
Some maybe put the podcast up there as well, and maybe also get some games filmed
Because
and get those put up.
what you can't see now is you can't see that we're actually in a video chat now. We've figured out how to push the big camera button inside our Discord so that we can
Already
see
posted that on Instagram.
Oh, did you? Well, that's just great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes on Twitch, where we have a hobby hangout. We're blatantly copying the folks from Battlefront. That's 100%. There's no lie there. And I was thinking,
No.
if Wayne can do it, anyone can.
Cheers,
Well, I mean,
Wayne.
it's to the point that we've even asked them for help. That's how fucking noobish we are.
Well, it's just like I got to the point in my head. It's like, well, we've got the Discord. I can get the camera set up. I've got the Twitch is set up. I need to now make and take this video here and put it into the Twitch channel over there. And I think, but I don't know. I think what they do is they probably use the OBS, which is the same thing I'm using now to capture our voice, but it's an overlay thing. It takes the screen that you see here and puts it onto Twitch for you. But they probably just shrink the screen down so it fits this and only takes from these squares here. But I have to test that, and I was getting grumpy with systems, and when I do, when I get too technophobic, I get really angry and start getting okay, man, smash.
It's true.
And
It's true. I was on the line when he was trying to figure it out. It was not pretty.
No, and it was doing some other things. And then I tried to do something else and it wouldn't work, and then it was fixed by doing something ridiculously simple, and then I got happy again with a different thing.
Yay!
But yes, I think it's we got our socials covered there. YouTube
I forgot YouTube. Yeah, I just forgot YouTube.
That's up to 1,300 subscribers now. Thank you to those people who have subscribed. I notice a lot more people are watching lately, possibly because you can't go nowhere, and you've watched everything.
And you've watched all the cat videos.
And you've watched everything on Netflix, because I know I have. I'm delving deep into the foreign-speaking shows, or better than that, I'm actually committing to like 7 seasons of Blacklist, so I can just not.
Have you watched Tiger King yet?
I watched like a few episodes. I come in every now and again. It's like, what's happening now? It's like, it's getting crazy, and this guy's doing this, and this guy's turning a bunch of meth heads gay. And I was like, okie dokie. And I walk off, and it's like, what's going on here? It's like, this guy who looks like Kid Rock on meth is like ripping them off. And I was like, what? How? It's like, he pretended to be rich, but then he wasn't. And I was like, okay, bye-bye.
Jeff.
And then in the end, that chick is now under investigation for maybe killing her husband. And I was like, but isn't this about the weird gay fella? It's like, no. It's not about the weird gay fella. It's about...
You forgot Carol Baskin.
It's about Carol Baskin murdering her husband. But what did they describe it as? White trash Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty much what it was. And I was like, this show is not for me, but it was weird. But anyway, we're not here to review Netflix. If we were, we'd probably have more subscribers. New podcast.
Debatable.
Netflix reviews. You reckon that's a good one? We'll do a Netflix review podcast. No?
Why?
Why? Because we're like, have you watched... And we could review shows. Like, I've watched this, blah, and it's not that great. No, okay, whatever. It's for when this whole wargaming thing falls over and we need new jobs. New podcasts.
Oh, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, once that happens.
Anyway.
Totally, because I'm making so much money from my wargaming.
That's fair. Yeah.
Grand total of $0.00. Anyway, what I'd like to start with is, this is new news, so Damian normally make an obnoxious sound. Very good. Fuck you. So I've got some things lined up. Flames of Warm, they're not doing as many new releases because their stuff is based in
Malaysia.
It's Malaysia, they're not Indonesia. I get too confused. But that's obviously part of the whole shutdown thing going on there. They're still shipping things out, so I'm guessing they're still making things, but instead of doing the guys can't be in the office. So on Thursdays, I think it is, except they didn't do one this Thursday. They're doing like
yes,
that.
they did.
Did they? I must have missed it. I must have been doing work, and by work, I mean watching YouTube.
Hey, thanks be to the joys of video linking. I can actually see you make those air quotations.
Air quotes. Yes, people can hear the air quotes in my voice as well. But yeah, honestly, so that's actually pretty cool. They've got that. They've also got the daily deals, which has me getting excited for 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock when they come out.
12 o'clock.
I bought so far the World War III rulebook, because I realised I don't actually own it. The cards I bought a bunch of cards for mid-war, and I think I bought a set of Katushlas for rocket launching purposes because I have some Russians somewhere. I haven't bought anything else yet. There were plenty of things that came up, but I was going to get them, and I was like, hang on a minute. And I checked, and I already own them, and it would be weird to own too many of them. So you
mean you actually stopped and went through all your drawers and found out that you actually had them already?
No. I looked at what was directly in front of me. If it was directly in front of me and I owned it, I wouldn't buy it again. I know what's in those boxes now, because it's just mostly single blisters of infantry and gun teams, not too many tanks. So, do
you want some commandos?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. But I actually don't even know if that event's on, but it's still on the fence. Anyway, oh yeah, look, my toys. What was I on about? So that's good from Battlefront.
Daily deals.
Daily deals are great. A lot of community content's going up. So you see other podcasts like, what are they called? Oh my god, Breakthrough Assault. Who is Shooting Scoot? Are they even there anymore?
They're part of Breakthrough Assault.
Is that their podcast thingy?
I think so.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
I can't remember. I only listen to one podcast.
What's this? Oh yeah, it's just Battlefront's putting up all of the older, some of the older articles, and the big four are still doing things on their tanks and their toys, taking more time with them. And of course, there's the Share Your Hobby week. So every week they have a competition and there's prizes drawn. Oh my lord!
Yeah,
for those toys.
It's been pretty good. I mean, they've been able to sort of keep people motivated and keep them going and all the rest of it. I mean, being in lockdown, it's a good time to sort of either start those projects that you have been putting off or finish the ones that you never quite got around to finishing and stuff like that. So the guys at Battlefront being able to sort of support that and showing that they're still doing that kind of thing as well has been pretty cool.
It does make a change, because a lot of the other companies, I don't follow them as closely, but some of the other things going on, like Mantic is having a virtual open day, but you can order a box of 50 random zombies and some of their car terrain scenery, which is I think they're modern zombies, so they just look like no one in particular. So it's quite good to have just random zombies instead of medieval zombies on the table. I thought that was a decent deal.
Are they the ones from random
Walking
zombies?
Dead?
Yeah, there's definitely the Walking Dead ones. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. Like, it's hard to, I think it was on there.
I think it's on YouTube, isn't it?
No, I think it was. I don't know. I tried to find it on their website. I saw it on Facebook, but I'm not prepared to go look for it again because it's a lot of effort. Because I'm lazy.
Typing Mantic Games into the search bar on Facebook.
Oh yeah, like watch. It's not going to show up. Mantic Games.
Oh, there it is.
Well, there's Mantic Games, but might be it's probably under the Mantic Madness page actually, rather than this, because I don't actually.
No, I remember seeing it on the actual page.
I saw it somewhere because I'm not on that page. I'm a member of this page though. Where is it?
All right.
That's the people's page. It was here. I gotta remember. Give me a second. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll, scroll, scrolly, scrolly, scroll, scroll, scrolly, scroll, scroll, scroll. Nothing here, nothing here. Okay, I lost it. They got a podcast as well, so that's good.
Who do? Mantic.
Mantic, yeah.
Everybody's got a podcast. Like even Games Workshop have got a podcast, or multiple ones, haven't they? They've got Voxcast. They've got.
I don't know. I don't listen to. I don't really listen to Games Workshop stuff. It's not that interesting to me. It's just Games Workshop. They have got. So they had that. I don't think there's anything else. They're doing some more community roundup of what everyone's painting. They've also put out how to play it on Tabletop Simulator. So
play what?
Kings of War, obviously.
Oh, cool.
So it looks as though I'm just having a look at it now. Wow. Okay. So the Tabletop Simulator actually looks pretty cool. And it looks like it has, and it has the Kings of War assets for it as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not bad then.
So just
how much does TTS cost?
I think the day I bought it was $15, but I think it's back to $30 now.
But do you have to buy all the individual games as well?
Nope.
You can just play everything.
Literally every board game in existence is on it. Some you have to pay for the assets for, but some fan made. I'm just going to have a quick sticky beat at Tabletop Simulator. I don't know what this is, Clive. What is this? Blood Rage. Oh, no, hang on. Never mind. Oh, that. Okay. Excuse me.
Gee, what the?
Tabletop Simulator is $29.99.
Okay.
So it's pretty.
That's still.
It's cheaper than any game that you would buy. Okay, that game looks shit.
But then, like you say, you just get the assets, and if you've already got access to them or somebody has, they just go, here you go, chuck it on.
Yeah, and it's been a great way. I watched my brother, like I said probably in a previous podcast, play a game of 30K.
Yeah.
And that was pretty darn cool, and it looked quite good. You do have issues with sometimes the toys stacking on top of one another, and you've got to make sure you lock the table and lock the assets down so people don't accidentally pick up terrain. And you've also got to lock the table down because there is a special move called table flip.
No shit.
Where you can literally flip the table and all the shit goes flying everywhere.
That's cool.
It's quite funny to watch, but not ideal if you're just accidentally saying, "What does this button do? Table flip?" And you're like, "God damn it!" But
Flip.
I'm just looking at this one because if you've got a hang, and it's also a really good way to play a board game or any game without actually having to purchase it first. Because you'll get into it. Like if you get into Tabletop Simulator, you'll get into this really cheesy kind of those early late 2000s transport simulator games, and they play that like
Transport Tycoon.
Yeah, and they'd be like do it in the main menu. You have this obnoxious music, which is exactly the same as that, but in the bottom left side, there's this big chat bar going on. It's like, "Hi, does anyone want to play this? Anyone want to play this with me?" And there's like thousands of people wanting to play games, and you can just join someone for a game of whatever. So you can put it. So it's mods for this one. So it says in this, at the very least, you'll need the Kings of War useful stuff mod. Yeah, and you can actually download packs, which is Kings of War Orc armies. So people go to great lengths to kind of scan models in and put them in. The Games Workshop have a lot of assets in there as well, because we were playing the Dungeons and Dragons and we're using assets from that game. But the Kings of War one, if you want to play Kings of War, and this guy's got a great guide for it, I will just, in fact, I'm just going to steal this, put it on our Facebook because it is cool.
Nice.
So if you ever want to play tabletop,
you mean you are going to make use of an existing asset that is online and available to use?
To a degree,
yeah.
It's on this.
Sure.
All right. But yeah, it's pretty cool there. Moving on.
I might have a look at it because I'm pretty sure it works on Mac as well.
Yep. Warlord Games. I can't tell what is new and what is from last week.
I don't think much has been released from like as new stuff. They were doing some like giveaways and cheap stuff for a while. I don't know if that's still continuing.
Yeah, there appears to be. I see on their website they have like those laser lines that Damian hates on them. You know those laser lines.
He loves them.
You hate them, don't you, Damian?
They can't hear you nod.
Sorry.
Yeah, it might be video.
So I've been so used to actually doing lots of work through the old video chat system.
Well, you just nod,
like, basically
yes,
nod. I'm surprised I'm not just giving you thumbs up on the screen. You know, it's like, is your microphone on? Just give us. Can you hear me? Give us a thumbs up. So I'm not a fan. I mean, like, if you have to actually do that, then you know there's something wrong with having two doucheheads arguing about a laser line site. Oh, for God's sake, just fucking
True line of sight.
Shoot me.
True line of sight.
Shoot it.
Line of sight. Get out of here. And yeah, I can't really see anything else that was new news on that one there, which is interesting. Yeah, they don't really have anything new. As you could expect, not many people do. Games Workshop have offered that limited edition Catachan Sergeant to independent stores. Dylan, basically.
Dylan, you son of a bitch!
Dylan!
However, as you'd expect, the scalping has begun.
How's that kombucha, Dan? Just
the kombucha is lovely, peach and mango.
Ooh, and it's slightly alcoholic.
Only like a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 0.0005 or something.
Like non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, like non-alcoholic beer. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so people have already started. I've seen one on eBay for about $400.
Yeah.
There was a weird thing where like some store was complaining that they weren't getting enough and that all their staff wanted one first. Like, it's like, isn't this for your customers, not for your staff? But
No. Award it, give it out to the local
the people who are doing nothing.
Yeah,
So,
people who sell miniatures. Yeah, but it's just they'll just all get scalped on eBay. So once again, everyone's just gonna go to China and get their pirated copy there. So
China!
good work. Supply
We
and
do
demand.
not condone the stealing of intellectual property on this channel.
China.
No, it's once again supply and demand. As Americans know, they'll be used to that with toilet paper and hand sanitizer,
as well as common fucking sense.
Oh yeah, but that's permanently out of stock. Moving on to a Kickstarter from the Scale 75 people that you brought to my attention, which closes in 7 hours. So if you listen to this podcast in the next 6 hours, which I'm highly doubtful you will, they're called Instant Colors, Paints for Gamers. And if you watch the 3-minute and 4-second rather obnoxiously loud video, contrast paints.
Does it have obnoxiously loud music to go with being just obnoxiously loud?
Of course, that's why it's loud, and I had to turn it down because it's too loud.
It might have just been somebody shouting at you, "Buy these paints!"
No, they didn't talk. There's no words about paints. It's just like, if I push play now, I'm going to regret it.
No.
Yeah, probably. So
it doesn't work great.
The Scale 75 paints have been... What? Shut up. Scale 75 paints have been around for a while, though. So some of the guys that we play 30k with are quite into them. So
Scale 75 paints are like, I think, one of the top of the line kind of paints that people that like to spend hours and hours painting something or use. They just have I don't know what it is about them, but they just seem to be slightly better. However, these ones are basically contrast. Looking at the pictures they've done in, let's see, they have comparisons on the little Kickstarter page. I'll go to the first one. It's like Behemoth, some sort of jacked up monster dude. So this one was done in 10 hours. The one done with, what is it called again? I don't want to call it contrast. Instant color, there you go, is done in 30 minutes.
Instant color.
And it's just like contrast to be, specific. You're not going to get that pro painted look, but you are going to get miniatures done. Once again, are they cheaper than contrast paints? So that was another thing I scrolled down for. So
how much? I didn't see what the price on the Kickstarter was.
So the cheapest Kickstarter you can get is $25. It's called The Magician. Choose one of our 6 paint sets from one of our 6 paint sets. You get one paint set and all 3 goals. So let's scroll down to the goals. What are the goals?
Well, tell me how many paints are in a paint set first.
8.
8 paints for $25.
Yeah. 25
so that's
pounds.
$3
no,
a paint.
25 euros. 25 euros, sorry.
So that's €3 a paint.
Yeah.
Ish.
€3 a paint. Ooh. Someone is doing a... I'm going to come back to that. That looks like a... That's a Flames of War tank being done there. Or one...
Is
no,
that?
or,
In their not contrast, but contrast.
yeah, hang on. Let's
Okay.
have a look.
Instant color.
Oh, it's bigger than a Flames of War. Well, this is held close to the camera. Oh, I think it's an old Battlefront one. No, I don't know. I think it's a Plastic Soldier Company. He's chucking. He's putting it through the airbrush, so it's kind of not what it's. Yeah, weird.
Does it show if he's thinned it putting through the airbrush though?
Yeah, I didn't really watch that, but I'm looking for the goals, the stretch goals. So it says all 3 stretch goals, and let's see where we're up to because it's made its pledge. So where do you find the expansions? All right.
It's made its pledge. It's hit $1 million New Zealand,
which is pretty darn good. So they got.
But then also, there's been a lot of people cruising Kickstarter over the last month and a bit.
Oh, even I backed
our money
Kickstarter. Like I haven't backed a Kickstarter for years, and I backed one the other night.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So stretch goals. They get a color wheel. They get a free PDF high quality painting with the instruction, some sort of miniature figure that may or may not look like Hodor. Free potion stickers, so your stickers. How to paint bases. Free PDF how to paint a base. Okay, it doesn't actually say.
I know how to paint a base.
150k. They get 10% off their website for a year. They get a free painter vehicle of how to paint a board game vehicle. But it says the vehicle may vary, so they're getting just a PDF of how to paint stuff. Oh, 325k, so add stainless steel paint shaker in each bottle. Oh, cool. They just made more work for themselves. Free video, fast painting in army, figures may vary. 500k, they get a free brush holder. 525k, they get a 32mm base.
Got one.
Oh, they're getting desperate. 550k, they got a free magnet and a bottle opener.
Bottle opener.
575k, they've got a mold line remover.
Got one.
Piece of steel.
What the hell's that for?
I don't remove mold lines. Who am I kidding?
I know.
No, I have no idea what that is.
25% off. They get on selected 25% off selected add-ins on backer kit. 600k, step by step included in all sets printed. 650k, which is in euros. Free metallic paint.
Metallic
say,
paint.
No, metallic paint. Just doesn't say how many, but they have them. So they've reached their stretch goals. Well, a lot of them. They've reached their pledge because they started.
Oh my god! What would they have left on their pledge goals? Surely they would have overrun everything.
No, because remember the $1 million was in New Zealand dollars, but they're looking for euro.
Right, gotcha.
So they pledged. They started at 8. They wanted 800. 800.
So really, it's
88,
$1 million
000.
Pacific pesos, New Zealand dollars, but they've only managed to get like 20 euro together.
No, it's €500,000.
$500,000, maybe more. Because euros aren't worth as much as pounds. Remember.
1.74 at the moment.
Oh, okay, still better than that. But yeah, that's pretty darn good from them. I won't be buying it because, or will I?
Didn't you just buy a whole heap of ammo of MiG stuff anyway?
Yes, that's something I'll talk about in the next part.
Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alert, because that is an interesting thingamajigger. Anyone else found out anything new about anything new at all?
Oh no! So the Kickstarter that I backed, just in case, was from Punga Miniatures, who do really gorgeous resin Blood Bowl teams. So I picked up the Sons of Anubis team. So it cost me $75 US for the pledge. And then shipping over, so it ended up being 135. But the amount of extra stuff that I'm getting from it is unbelievable. Really good stuff.
That was the guys who had all the extra, like the undead teams as well as the Egyptian teams, right, for Blood Bowl?
Yeah. So I got the Egyptian one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, man. So really looking forward to getting that. Be February next year, I think they're planning.
Oh, one thing we have not mentioned here, but have mentioned on our site, Battle Kiwi is back up and running.
Yeah, boy.
Sponsor and ad coming up soon. He has done like a little, what does he call it? The battle wallet. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's quite cool, eh?
It's very cool. I was like, what is this tiny wee thing? And it fits in the palm of his hand. And of course, it has magnets because it's Ollie, and it wouldn't be the same without magnets. And it's just like holds all your little tiny tokens and all your little spinny things and your measuring doohickeys, which I'm looking at these, and I assume those, looking at the way it's climbing up, it's for infinity. And because he has an affinity for infinity, I assume that would be for that. These look really great, really cool, and it fits in the palm of your hand. It's about the size of a Note 10. For you cool
That's what she
cats who know
said.
what that. So it'll fit in your front jean pocket. If you're one of those cool people who walks around with your battle wallet, you nerd. And what's this? Yeah, so it's pretty awesome sauce. Greg's put it up on our Facebook page. So
I have.
You see its pictures there.
And there's a link, so it's up on Ollie's up on his site right now, as far as I know. I'm just going over there and checking price.
And
you'll be pleased to know that Ollie is also updated, so now you can get battle points for purchases and reviews on site. Yeah.
I see. Spam time. This is a very good building. 20 points.
I'm going to actually ask him because I've got a heap of reviews up there, and I want to know whether or not I can get back credit.
Oh, well, if you're going to review, then I'm going to review. Then give me my battle
You can't.
points. Yes, I can.
No, because you haven't got anything.
I had stuff till you stole it.
Yeah, Greg.
You left it here.
I left it here. Then I was like, where did I put my buildings? I'm really confused. And then it's like, I see a picture of you, and then I see a picture of your table, and I'm like, those are my buildings. Damn it, that's where they are. So yeah.
Here.
So yeah, like we're saying, he opened up the other day because it went down to level 3, and he must have had a good supply of his wood and could get access to his workshop. Because as you know, I own Titan Terrain, the other place. We don't have access to. I mean, we got access to a good wood supply. You won't find any cheaper NBF in New Zealand than you would in the South Island because it's mass produced here in the many factories that do it. However, I can't get it because
there's nobody delivering it.
No one delivers it because it's too big, and I can't go into the store and pick it up because no one will handle it because it's too big. So I have to wait till level 2 when I can walk into the store and pick up the wood and be like, cool, take the wood back to my workshop, which, by the way, is looking quite cool. It started out as... Pardon?
Where is it?
It's at my mother-in-law's house. She has a garage there. It started out like an old tin garage, as you'd imagine, with no insulation or anything like that. We cleaned it all out, took all the old stuff out, and we've completely... we've put walls, we've insulated it, we've waterproofed it, and we've kept it warm because if anyone knows how laser cutters work, they have water in them to help with the cooling of the laser. However, if you live in Wyndham, it can get down to -6 degrees Celsius from time to time. So what happens if the water freezes in the laser, it explodes, and then you have to buy yourself another $400, $600, no, it's about $800 laser to go and
that's not really what you want to do, eh?
No, not before.
Not at all.
Not before we've even turned the thing on. Well, we've turned the thing on, and you've seen me do a couple of test runs of it. I've run some secret 15mm projects in there to see how it goes, and it runs really nice. We vent the smoke out through the suction fan. It vents outside into the neighbor's house, so we don't need to care about it. And the workshop's looking really good. So we
want to see photos, mate.
Oh yeah, we'll do that when I'm back out there and it's up and running. I've got something to do and I can actually take orders because I know a lot of people are jonesing for it because I mentioned that, hey, we're going to open soon, but I didn't say when, and then COVID-19 killed everyone. So I was like, oh my god, guess we're not opening for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things, a timing issue, and always go to Battle Kiwi because he's got a lot of like crazy ideas and keeps coming up with new stuff all the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he must be a whiz on the old technical side of the computer side because I tried using the software and I'm like, I don't know how to code it too hard.
I don't know how to. I don't get it.
Yeah, pretty much that was like things. I'm not getting it, which frustrates the shit out of me. So I sit there going like, how make go good? It took me 2 hours one day to make a rectangle. I was like, how make rectangle? It's like, just draw it. It's like, that does not work. And then
you should talk to Monkey. Monkey's drawing up heaps of shit.
Oh yeah, but that's in a different software. I'm using a more annoying software. He's using the software that comes with the laser cutters, which is very, very basic for doing shapes, but it's not great if you want to build the whole building and you want to explode it out. And then you want to make it so that you can clip it together and it'll automatically put with the software, it automatically puts those little, the little divots.
Yeah.
They go in all the wood stuff. Yeah, so it does that for you. But the other stuff, you have to draw your own divots and you have to get
it strategically places the divots for you and you don't have to.
Correct. Anyway, that's
I've got a project for you.
What?
I need a 28mm scale, that's what I said, version of Chateau Hougoumont from the Battle of Waterloo.
Right. I'm sure I can make that somehow. It shouldn't be too hard to make a chateau. And it's
No, not a chateau.
Oh,
the Chateau Hougoumont.
From
a very specific building.
From Waterloo.
Is that the one in the middle with the farm fence and whatnot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know the one. It'll be fine. I think someone else already does that. Anyway.
No, Ollie does a 28mm Labella Elias, which I'm going to get from him.
Oh, well,
but I need Hugomon as well.
Of course. Like, why wouldn't he do Hugomon? What a loser. I don't really do this stuff.
I might ask him, actually. I'll just ask him.
Probably a good idea. It's like,
can you give me a Hugomon?
Can you do something to match your other thing that Daniel doesn't have a clue about because he doesn't care about Napoleonic bullshit? Anyway, I think that's enough for part 1. We'll come back in part 2 where we'll talk about how our COVIDs of shame travel. Ta-ta for
Sounds
now.
good to me.
Need tokens, terrain, or custom battlefield accessories? BattleKiwi.com has you covered. With a wide range of laser cut MDF and acrylic, it has something to suit everyone's wargaming needs. Ranging from the battlefields of World War II to the far future of Infinity, BattleKiwi.com has it all. Visit BattleKiwi.com, and for a 5% discount, use the code BEL5. Dice of War. Dice of War supply custom and historical wargaming dice and accessories. Unique designs to suit your gaming requirements. Visit the online store today at diceofwar.com.au. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 60, the COVID-19 special. So many numbers in part 2. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. It is special though. It's probably going to be quite a short part because we got it all out of our systems in part 1, right?
Mm-hmm. We got government conspiracies, we got toy soldiers, we picked on another podcast, we picked on individuals. We got it all in that first part.
Anything special about
really
the podcast is Greg.
Hey.
Easy.
I
compliment.
was feeling lonely. I had to say something.
Okay.
Remember, if you're lonely, reach out and pick on your friends. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Some shit. Oh, well, so you might have seen on our YouTube channel, if you go there, Behind Enemy Lines.
You're
YouTube
cutting
channel.
out real bad.
What about now?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
How about now?
Okay, now. Do that bit again.
Which bit?
The last bit.
Well, it doesn't cut out on mine. It cuts out for you guys. I'm the source. So you can eat my ass. Anyway, what I'm saying is... now you've lost my train of thought. Oh, we had a YouTube video up on our YouTube channel, which is what,
Yeah.
Greg?
On YouTube?
Oh, for fuck's sake! This is behind Enemy Lines YouTube channel.
On
Anyway,
YouTube?
you're so bad at this.
On YouTube.
So it's called the COVID of Shame. What it is a little... I wouldn't say competition because we can't go and ask for sponsors because they're all dying and locked away. And I don't want to give you any of my stuff. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge for you whilst this is happening, for those of you in quarantine or lockdown, whatever your country has decided to call it, to go through your cupboards, your under the beds, your drawers, and look for
This is
those...
where you hide shit from your wife.
Yep, your shameful miniatures that are unpainted or unfinished, and we want you to go and finish some. We don't want you to finish every single one of your miniatures because, as we all know, if you finish all your unpainted miniatures, you die.
Explode.
You literally explode and then you die, and we can't have that, especially in these dark corona
I'm gonna
times.
live forever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah, you were gonna start singing that.
crushed by a pile of resin.
I
Unpainted resin and metal falls on you and you're dead. Yeah, not so good. But we want to challenge you to paint it. So we had a challenge ourselves to go and find something to paint. So Damian, you were first up in the video. You were in your office looking disheveled and confused, although I assume that's your default look.
I didn't. I thought you'd put on a costume. Then I realised, nope.
He's just playing the dottery old man.
I
So-
was looking disheveled and confused. Yes, that is my default setting. Not anymore with my nice smooth haircut. Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
I had a good look around. Still not quite decided whether or not I'm going to dig through the crap in the far right rear corner.
Or don't
and
say far
see
right.
what-
Not with that haircut there.
Oh, my haircut now.
Not with that haircut there, Romper Stomper.
It's like I'm just going to the far right corner, and then the next Austria. Nine.
Especially considering
Well,
your
actually, I would-
video's got your jack boots in there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at my boots. Look at my jack boots.
I'm annexing the neighbor's pool.
I was actually thinking about walking the Dooge. Take the Dooge out for a walk. Wear my army boots, rolled up blue jeans, suspenders to hold them up, and a little white shirt, and just go stomping around the neighborhood. It's not like anybody's around anyway.
Your
dogs
wife
outside for
would
a
not
nap.
let you outside.
Absolutely
No,
not.
then she goes to work. Remember, she goes to
Oh,
work,
yeah.
so I could do it when she's at work. Yeah.
I could actually more see you in a code piece and a bowler hat looking for ultraviolence with the douche.
One of your kids would knock though.
100% Emma would be like,
Oh yeah, bloody hell! They take great pleasure in getting me into trouble. It's horrible. But I could get fully kitted up like an FJ and go walking around the street and going, "Hello, I've just dropped in for tea."
God.
Bop.
Yeah.
I know I've got a 50 cal ammo tin out there, and it's loaded up with my Epic. So I could find the Epic stuff, put it together, and actually paint that.
Dan, why don't you paint all
Or
your
I
epic
could.
stuff?
Say that again.
Why don't you paint all your epic stuff?
Because I left it with Gavin with
did.
instructions
He sold it all.
with instructions to sell it for me, and I think he either kept it or sold it and pocketed the coins because he's a great guy.
Both of those are incorrect.
Or he just
Pretty sure.
or he
pretty
just
sure
or he
Gavin
just kept them.
Gavin absorbed it, and
He just smelled them. I don't really mind anyway. Or he gave them to you, one or the other.
Looking at them right now.
Yeah, typical. But I don't really miss them. I mean, they can go away anyway. So I'm not missing them. There was nothing of excitement in there, or they've changed the scale of the game now. But the infantry will probably look a lot better with the newer stuff, if you know what I mean.
Well, all right. So you won't
Look
feel
more
bad
at
if
scale.
I angle up one of the
Yeah,
rhinos put under my Titans.
Well, you're supposed to. You're supposed to send me my other stuff down, but you haven't yet. And you missed that
I haven't
window. Now
done
all the post offices are closed, so you can't send anything anyway.
It's sitting right here, waiting to be sold, sent as well.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So, what else you got, Damian?
Yeah, or I could do the space sharks because they've taken forever, and they just needed a couple more coats of grey, maybe a dark grey here, a light grey there. Ooh, I don't know.
I like how you. I like how
You used to have
picked
light
it.
grey hair.
Jeez, you're shit.
And
He's done now.
what else did I find? There's
I
a shelf
don't
full
actually
of
think you found anything.
I think you just went in I think you just walked around saying box of crap, box of crap, box of
Exactly
crap,
what happened.
box of crap.
I'm too scared to open half of them up. I don't know what's going to leap out. I might actually find some more dust stuff that I didn't throw out.
Oh God,
Jesus.
that's not COVID. I just swallowed the wrong way. Promise, don't take me away. Shit.
He said,
I will find something to do, and I will actually attempt to do it in between doing whatever Cheryl gets me to do around the house. So
Did you find something,
we'll
Dan?
get there.
I found many things. So, I started a kill team, and they're all undercoated, and some bits are brown. I'm going to finish them because I have this terrible habit of starting things and never finishing them. Especially if I make a video about it, I'll do one and be like, cool, that's one and done, and I'll never have to look at it again. And the rest of the box or pack, whatever doesn't get done. So I've got 4 weeks, right, where I can't go out, not allowed to go out. So to go to the supermarket or the gas station, or that's it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can go to the park for a walk.
Go to the park for a walk, yeah, I suppose. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do it in order. I need a Kanban wall. Someone get me my Jira boards and shit. Maybe I'll just use a can. Maybe I'll use a Kanban board.
Are you going to
Use
write
a Trello
list?
like everybody.
I'm gonna do some Jira sprints. So my first sprint. So me and using the word sprint in the same sentence. I know, fucking scary.
Hilarious.
So first sprint.
You're pretty
So-
fast over 3 paces, mate. You're all good.
I mean, especially if there's like something delicious on the other side.
It's downhill.
Do you remember when we had that big dust when dust was still cool and we were playtesting at a Battlefront? We had that Christmas massive battle, and I was in charge of the Axis. And what was on the line? What was the capture points?
The pizza?
Oh, those the little
Chocolate.
The little.
Oh, yeah.
It was chocolate. And who became the most tactical genius? Who helped the Axis to absolutely decimate the Allied forces in that game?
It's
was
pretty
me,
easy when you got.
Commander.
It was pretty easy when you just got Hort V2 to throw his zombie horde at everybody, and they just gobbled
It wasn't
everything up.
all just zombies. It was my tactical planning for a superior victory.
Sure it
Thank you very
was.
much.
Hey,
Oh,
Hort
bullshit.
V2, just send your zombies in there and eat everything. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but I was in charge, so the chocolate belonged to me. Anyways, what was I wanking on about? Oh, anyway, so week 1, gonna do my kill team.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Week 2, I found that I had a Chaos Blood Bowl
One's
team.
already finished.
What?
Week 1's already finished.
No, we're starting. Week 1 hasn't finished. It started on Wednesday at midnight.
Yeah.
I
So-
forget that I've been in lockdown longer than you guys.
Why have you been in lockdown longer than us?
Because
You
we
came
got
in
sent home on Monday.
You got
He
sent home.
came in contact with his own ass.
Yeah, but you're not actually locked down. You could still go anywhere on Monday.
Man, you could
Yeah,
drive
good
around
point.
on Monday and Tuesday. Stop your moaning.
Yeah, jeez, calm down.
Yeah.
So I'll start tonight-ish. So I've already got a head start on these guys because they're sort of half painted anyway, and the fact that they're black, and I've just painted some skulls on them, and and finish those off. So into week 1. So by next Wednesday, I should have my kill team ready. And once that's done, next up is the Chaos Blood Bowl team that I found in a box that I don't even remember buying. The new one.
Oh, sorry. I know what I'm going to do. Sod that. I'm not doing any of that shit.
What?
I'm going to go out and find the little container full of the Arbites, and I'm going to paint the 20 Arbites up.
Cool.
That's it. Done. Okay, I got that sorted. That'll be the first thing I do. I get the Arbites, and then I get them done because they're awesome and they're metal
Right,
and
you
they're
got,
not fucking recast. I'm sorted. Thanks, Dan. Sorry, carry on.
you got till Wednesday to do them, so
Photo.
chop.
Make sure you post photos. No. You can take the whole 4 weeks. to do
No,
those.
he's got till Wednesday. Chop, bitch. So after that, it's the Chaos team, and then there's 2 weeks left, and I haven't quite made a decision on that. So I do have to put some videos up. I bought these paints. Well, before the shutdown happened, they were shaders by Ammo MiG, and
Oh, yeah.
what they are is they're like a water soluble wash kind of thing. So you know how we use the oh lordy, what are they called? The
Oils.
the enamel washers. Those ones, the AK interactive
yeah.
washers. They're like that, but they're water based and they wash off with water.
Okay.
And they're designed to go through an airbrush. And you can wash them. I don't know if you make the streaks with them. The only video I could find was some French dude, and I was like, okay, push translate on, and that just went crazy auto potato and started putting words in I don't think the French guy was saying, because they didn't make any sense at all. So I've got those shaders, and I might try that on some 15 mil stuff. So that means the second week I might start painting. Or sorry, the third week, I might start painting my Panzerschreck army. Now, Panzerschreck is in July. Is it still going to happen? I don't know.
Isn't your Panzerschreck army here?
Oh, you're part of it, yes. My part of
yeah,
it.
okay.
So when the post office sends that stuff back down, that's only the infantry. This is the tanks I want to test out these shaders on. So,
Okay, cool.
So I'll paint up a platoon of British green tanks. GG. I did manage to buy some Tamiya paint before the toy store shut down.
Nice.
And another thing that was bothering me, and I think this will be week 4, is I was doing a challenge to paint a the Age of Sigmar, the corn guys that came with the
Slaves
gold guys
to
book,
Darkness?
the Slaves to Darkness. Yeah, no, not Slaves to Darkness. What the corn guys that came in the starter box with the gold boys.
Oh, the original starter box.
The original starter box. I've got that.
Yeah.
I was thinking paint those guys up with all contrast paints and have them ready for anything. I haven't played Age of Sigmar either, so I don't know how it works. I know Damian played it the very first time and absolutely hated it, and they tarred him with that brush. So we'll try that. So that's my plan and plots.
I won the game, and I won that game.
I know you did, and you didn't stop moaning about it for like 5 years.
That was first edition Age of Sigmar, not second edition.
Yes, it was the one with the stupid dancing rules, and it was,
I'm sorry,
the
Greg,
rules
do you
were on a
still have your
PDF.
Age of Sigmar army, or did you sell it?
He sold it.
Sold it.
He sold it. But other than that, I mean, I think I can maybe put in a few projects, but I might start blending projects together because, when you paint one thing over and over again, it gets really boring.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would have liked to have tried painting with inks, but unfortunately the art store's closed and I can't, and it's not essential. Can't be open, so I can't get those.
Starting to do that by the sounds of it. It's all of a sudden I'm seeing everywhere people are.
I watched this Italian guy who lives in Ireland, and he paints with the inks. And what's his name? Antonino Fedebidi. I don't think that's his real name.
I think that's his real name.
I'll look up his real name. His real name is I Paint Better Than You Guy. You should all look him up. Hang on, I'll find his channel. So I'll just keep talking while I scroll through my subscriptions. But he's an insanely good painter, and he does the real close-up airbrush stuff, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Wow.
Like he'll do angles and things, and he just shows you light and shadow and how it all works. Is this him? No, that's not him. That's another guy, but his video is like 3 hours long. It's like how I paint this thing start to finish. It's like, yikes, ain't got that kind of time.
Ain't no one got time for that.
Oh, come on. He's in here somewhere. Keep scrolling. I could just probably look under my subscriptions and look under by list, but I'm not going to. Because that would be silly when I could just scroll for days and be like, oh, that's him. It's the guy. That's his name. Watch Duncan Rhodes. I watched Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy the other day. Did I tell you? Watching him paint a German grenadier. And
how did that go? I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay, but he paints it like... He paints to like a scale which anyone could paint to, if you know what I mean.
Isn't that the idea though? He's like, so on the video he shows you up to whatever standard he does, and then you can take it from there. Yeah,
but I was thinking he was going to do something different, but then I realized he did that with the Games Workshop stuff you could do that was achievable, not the usual like, this is how you get a golden demon kind of thing. Why does this guy put out so few videos?
It's okay because he paints for plebs.
Yeah, well, I don't think he paints for plebs. He paints for...
He does.
He paints for money.
No,
and he's also got other videos.
What I mean is, if you're a pleb, you can actually follow and get a decent result out of it.
Well, that's true, but then you can just look at YouTube on any of the thousands of videos that are on here about painting, and that's why I'm so jealous of, like, I wish I was 20 years younger, and then I'd started now with painting. I'd be so much better, you know what I mean? Because of all the help that's on the internet.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Man, I just wish 20 years ago I'd discovered dry brushing instead of using a house brush.
I think you're going to say 20 years ago I discovered drugs instead of like working.
And you?
I was saying it's like, I thought Damian was going to say he discovered drugs. I was like, instead of working or something. I was like, whoa, calm down.
Was that? What's 20 years ago? Year 2000.
Yep.
2000.
Too old.
Chuck another 10. Chuck another 10 years on that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't find this guy's name. So yeah, I'm gonna be. Oh yeah, shut up. I'm gonna be painting a lot of things. So I'll be putting up little pictures and things, which I expect you idiots to do as well. And I'll more than likely interrupt Greg when he goes to talk and say the thing with the guy's name when I scroll across it. Anyway, over to you, Gregory. What are you up to, mate?
So I dug out. I was just hunting around. I got a heap of shit that I can paint, but I found my original Dreadball box set, and I thought, fuck it, I might as well paint those. So I opened it up, and lo and behold, I'd already painted them. I don't remember doing it. I don't remember what color I painted. I know they're green. I don't know what green I used to paint them. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to repaint them because they were a really shit paint job. I bought the box set like 7-8 years ago or something like that. So I've resprayed them. They're sitting there undercoated grey at the moment. And I'm going to put up a poll on the Behind Enemy Lines Facebook. And I'm going to put up a selection of colours, and I'm going to close the poll to new entries because I'm not a fucking noob. and the community
Damn
can
it.
decide what color I'm going to paint them.
All right, so lots of
I'll
pink.
have Well, pink won't be an option, so there'll be a couple of contrast colors, and then there'll be
a couple of what colors there, buddy? Jeebus, scrapers.
contrast.
A couple of colors. Just like, oh, pretty pink. Yeah, right.
No, more like a motley brown.
Oh, yeah. Gross.
And then I'll paint them that color, and we'll see how we go from there. And then if I've got time, I'll find another project that I can do.
Just do it Neapolitan. Paint it red, white, and brown. There you go, done.
No.
Oh,
That's
not what's gonna
that's my keyboard. My apologies.
Yeah, we know. I don't know. I'm in the middle of painting my Adeptus Titanicus as well, so that'll sort of be in between those.
It was until we told you were doing it wrong. So
and now I've got to repaint it.
Yeah, because we're like that.
Not
color,
all of it.
That color looks
Not
like
all of it.
poops.
Just that color is nah, man. You should actually get that photo and chuck it up on Behind Enemy Lines and say, what do you think? We have issues with the color, and see what the idiots. I mean, our loyal, honest,
Hello,
good
guys.
listeners,
Oh, the reason I
our
couldn't
valued listeners.
I found the guy, and the reason I couldn't find him in my subscription list, I didn't subscribe.
Because you forgot how to spell Bob Ross.
No, because I didn't subscribe to him. His name is Marco Frisoni, and then there's NJM at the end, which is like I know some stuff. Anyway, I'm subscribing to him because he does good stuff.
Frisoni? PR what?
Marco Frisoni,
Yep.
Frisoni, and then
J.
N for Nigel, J for Jump, M for Michael.
JM. 26,000 subscribers for 39 videos. That's not bad.
Yeah, but he does a lot of good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
he does a crazy one where he does a brush only, but it's a series where he brushes this dwarf, but he paints the highlights with black and white first. You know what I mean? And then he paints over the top of those with lighter. What do you call them? Less paint on the brush. Oh, God, words are just failing. He uses less paint than he would thinner. Oh my God.
Paint. Right, gotcha. Oh, so he's using contrast.
No. He uses some contrast for some things, like for a little bit here he uses a contrast to this, but the rest he uses regular paints. But he did do a whole team with inks, and he just sprayed from different angles, and his way of painting was like quite interesting. He's like, don't use other people's miniatures as a reference. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, go out and look for real world references. So he went out and got a whole bunch of like pictures of like Conan looking stuff, because he was painting one of the war bands from Warcry, I think it is. And I think it was the Untamed Beast guys, and he used a bunch of
Untamed Beast.
Yeah, he paints them white, and then he just hits them from different angles with different colored ink sprays. And it's like, what? You can do that with ink? And the different angles, and it made it look like, you know, the comic book style that you get with all the purple tones, and yeah, and he just ink washed it, or alcohol oil washed it, and then rubbed it off from there. It's like, it's really good. I'm gonna put this video up on the Behind Enemy Lines so you can see what I'm talking about. But he speed painted it. That's what I'm going to do. Jesus.
Looks as though his version of speed painting is 5 hours, though.
Yeah, but he paints the whole warband in 5 hours. With me.
Oh, right.
He doesn't paint one dude. So I'll put that here. So this is what I said. I think I posted that before, but it's like amazing.
He's looking at the video now. Speed painting 10 core models, and hello there. I'm Marco.
Anyway, what else are you painting? You can't just paint a Blood Bowl team and be like, I'm done. That's cheating.
Ball team. No, and I'm painting my Adeptus Titanicus, and I'll find something else floating around here. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out.
That's the whole. You had like the whole days to prepare for the podcast. What am I going to paint? Finds one thing. It's like sad.
Well, but that's more than Damo found. Yeah. Suck it. What about you, Mike? What are you going to paint? Mike's involved as well, so he's got some confrontation minis that he's going to paint up.
He did. He dug up a whole bunch of confrontation, but unfortunately he has kids and they're terrible or something.
Hey, you can get stuff, Greg. I've got heaps to do. I've got 20 bites. I've got all the space sharks to do, and
are you going to do them in 4 weeks?
Are you going to?
Well,
are you going to paint them all stupid, the same color as your space sharks? Because I know you will.
Not paint those RBTs the same as your space shark.
Because I know, like, and I finished the space sharks, and we're going to continue on painting things dry brush grey.
I wouldn't do that.
You would.
Fucking would.
You would. You absolutely would. You're terrible for that. It's like, you know, if this can be grey, this can be grey too. And you know what else is grey? Life is grey. Basically, your life motto and story. It's like, well, everything's grey, so I might as well just paint it grey. Cool. Your car's grey, your hair's grey, your toys are grey, but your pubes are grey. You're boring. Get some colour in your life.
My car is not grey. It's like a gunmetal.
Gunmetal grey. Yes, grey. Good work. Good work. Jeepers creepers.
Life is grey.
Life is grey. I must paint it that way. Yes, so that's what we're going to do. We want to know what you're going to do, and to do that, we'll put up a picture on the Facebook, because not many people watch, the YouTube. I think Andrew, friend of the show, made it.
There's 114 views on that video.
That's good. That's
not bad. I'm going to go and put a Facebook. I'm going to put a album up on the Facebook group now.
Good idea. I'm going to find wherever I put that picture by finding.
Yeah, go and have a dig through your cupboard, your cupboards of shame, and space, and bedside table, and don't go into the bottom drawer in your bedside table because that's not where your toys are. I mean, well, maybe, but
what the fuck?
And dig something out and stick it out.
Stop being gross.
Yeah, Greg, stop being gross.
What?
Greg keeps bees in his bottom drawer. That's what it is. Like, bees.
They've all got little mini ball gags in their mouths.
Jesus Christ.
You guys bring out the gimp and they go.
I'm just trying to find there's a button here on the messages, and I always forget which one it is because I'm turning more into Damian with, as I get older. I'm forgetting what does what. It's really annoying. How do you deal with this shit every day? Forgetting how to do shit.
Just ignore it and carry on.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Hilarious. Now, how do you find all the pictures in a bloody chat thing?
I don't know.
I found it the other day. I was like, there's all the pictures. That button leaves the group, and I've been so tempted to accidentally push that a few times. I'm like, oops, don't push that. Not tempted, but
Wouldn't it just be under photos?
What the fuck?
But where is the photos in the chat?
The chat?
And,
I don't know.
A chat. A Facebook chat. Let's have a look.
Yeah, there's a button that shows all previous pictures.
Facebook chat. Settings, the cog.
The cog, yeah.
Color emoji, nicknames, conversation name.
Need to view the chat in its own window.
Do you?
What?
Are you just making shit up as usual? Anyway, doesn't matter. No big deal. We'll figure that out later. Find it later. But anyway, as usual, thanks for listening. Paint your fucking miniatures. We'll see you in another fortnight when you've done it or not, and then you'll be growled. This is your homework. Make sure you complete it.
We could probably do another podcast next week anyway.
Jesus.
I mean,
it's just
it's not like we got anything else.
Some of us, we still have lives.
I reckon.
Whatever. Just calm down. Dude.
What are you going to do on Friday night next week? Oh, that's right. You're going to stay at home like everyone else in New Zealand. Stay home, stay safe. Don't be a douche.
Unlike you, mate, I can wash my hair.
Oh, and I can put spikes in mine.
I do.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
I did get Cheryl to shave my hair back off. So.
Oh, yuck. Gross. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for, oversharing there, Damian. Subscribe, follow. I think there's a Patreon somewhere. Give me money. Anyway.
We closed that down ages ago, mate.
Okay, good work. Anyway, bye-bye, everyone.
Ciao.
See you. Bye.
Don't lick toilet seats.